Good morning, everybody. Yesterday we saw about a few things like how to prepare. But whatever you prepare, we need to make a simple checklist because a simple checklist can save us from major mistakes. Any kind of mistakes is major, provided we do that. There's nothing minor about it. Because if we don't even give small inputs, how can we give larger and fantastic teaching of classes? It's not possible. So argumenty kind of classes is one thing. We can make the entire thing out of arguments. We can make it out of interaction, which is also a set of arguments, but interactive. You can make it descriptive. You can make it a kind of prescriptive also at times, lecture and torture. But you ask a student on any given day what kind of class he wants, or as a student, what kind of class you want. It would always be a interactive session because that is when the audience are alive, because they participate. Once you participate, the level of involvement is extremely high. You can participate as a silent observer also, but overall, how many people can be a silent observer and extremely good in participating? That is a question, isn't it? So let's keep the sessions interactive. Brainstorming. This is one word which people are hearing again and again and again in various levels. Why brainstorming is doesn't matter. Today, we don't teach something because it is isolated. We always teach something in connection with other things. We don't teach something separate. Whether you are doing finance or whether you're doing physics or computer or whatever, we always look for things, how they are connected with each other, how the interconnectivity is giving us a versatility with the subject. If you're doing computer science, it is better you learn something about medicine if you're doing a software or a hardware for them or a robot for them to some extent, or at least brainstorming doesn't mean you're going to study it one by one. Brainstorming means it's like a storm. Storm means everything just comes up and down. So when it comes to brainstorming, the idea is about we do not leave even the minute things untouched, but at the same time, we decide what to speak. We have seen enough about the audience. Would you believe one class which changed my life and I was in PG was the class which my Professor Raja sir took on American literature. You know this famous fellow who is the president of America who changed everything, the Gettysburg Address. That was drafted many times by Lincoln. Not once, not twice, not thrice, but many times. It was drafted so many times and the output was fantastic. So, if the American president is drafting and redrafting his speech, we should be very clear. But a presentation necessarily need not to be a speech. A presentation is an overall, like a overall thali that you see in a restaurant. It is not just one item. There are many items. So, which means one of the finest presentations that I have seen in my life is when Steve Jobs introduced iPhone. Till this day, I consider that when Steve Jobs presented it, it was too fantastic. Where the way he did it, I was more a fan of Steve Jobs' presentation than iPhone. That takes a lot. That takes a lot to get a compliment from me like that, even after he has passed away, his presentation stays. We don't know in what kind of input Steve Jobs had on iPhone because it's a team. But this presentation was exemplary. I wouldn't take anything out of Steve Jobs from that. That presentation was exemplary. Why somebody is getting that is the way he interacted, The way he convinced, the way he moved people was unbelievable. So that is one reason why Steve Jobs is getting a compliment like this today. He will continue to get it any day in his life because his skill was exemplary. So one of the simplest assignment that I can give you is I want you to watch Steve Jobs' iPhone presentation. We will come more with Steve Jobs in terms of presentation in the next video, which is very important. And most probably, which is not told anywhere else, we will see something like that.